Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Be Live. I'm your host, Harry Bridgeforth, and today I have a very special guest, uh, family, friends, loved ones, hardworking individuals, and very dear to my heart. Not only are they professionals and owned Flourishing LLC, but Miss my cousin, my first cousin, Miss Ebony and Mr. Johannes. How are you doing?
We're
Excellent,
good. How are
excellent.
you?
I'm
You,
doing good.
cuz.
So the Fords, they own their own business and they have a uniqueness to not only music, but also their belief and their system. So what we're going to do is just like any other show, we're going to pick their brain. I love getting more knowledge uh, through not only their professionalism, but then also their personal life. So we're going to ask them about five professional questions about their business, their understanding and their ideologies. And then also, we're going to ask him five shocking questions, the five personal questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, this is, even before offline we were talking, this is the first interview that I've had for a couple. So, you guys are unique and immortalized on the Be Live series. Uh,
Hey.
so,
Hmm.
so that works out well on my end, and I'm honored to have you as guests.
Right.
So what I would like to start with is where did you guys grow up? And because there's two of you, you
Hmm.
guys could separate and or speak individually.
Right.
Okay, so I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Let's go.
Yes. But my family moved down to Atlanta, Georgia. We
Mhm.
grew up in mainly in Smyrna and Marietta. And
Okay.
then, I've been living in Atlanta, the city of Atlanta for the last 30 years. So.
Nice. Nice. Awesome. And Johannes, what about you?
I'm born and raised in Brooklyn,
Let's
New York.
go. I know you happy about the Knicks.
Oh, you know it. You know it. Can't believe it still.
I'm surprised you ain't wearing orange and blue right now.
Oh, woo, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exciting,
Yeah.
exciting. But
So
yeah,
you
originally from Brooklyn.
from Brooklyn and then
That's the
stayed in
side.
Brooklyn. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Awesome. So with growing up in the two different areas, obviously Atlanta's a total different temperament. New
Yeah.
York's kind of like a melting pot of every
Right.
different ethnicity,
True,
religion.
true, true.
How did that stuff mold you guys as individuals? And then we're gonna get into more of the how you guys met, and then
Right.
how'd you guys start your business?
Okay.
Hmm.
You want to start first?
Well, yeah, for me, as you said, a melting pot,
Hmm.
I was able to meet so many different nationalities and it was a blessing,
Yeah. Yeah.
Italian, French, Japanese, Korean,
Hmm.
matter of fact,
Hmm.
one of the spots that my mom's would get her fish from was an Italians, were Italians.
Okay. Okay.
And she trusted them so well, they used to watch me while she would go shopping in Brooklyn. That's
Oh
how
wow.
cool we were.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
that was a blessing. That was really a blessing. We got the best food, first things first, whatever, as soon as we
Hmm.
came off the boat. So we were privy to that. Yes.
Mm. And what about you, Ebony?
Well, I mean, I still remember my childhood.
Hmm.
We were in Norwalk. I was born in Bridgeport, but we were in Norwalk. So,
Yeah.
we went to Stu Leonard's
There we go.
and, you know,
Hmm.
my father.
Stu Leonard's used to be a an area where it was kind of like a it was like kind of like a what is considered like a kind of like an amusement park for like a little kid.
Yeah, it
You
was
go
on
there and you
Ripley,
would see
believe
stuff
it or
moving
not.
and like
Right. Oh,
They
shit.
had a pet
hmm.
farm in the
Yep.
front
Yep.
and
Get
yeah.
the ice cream. I was
Hmm.
like, what?
Wow.
What are we
Hmm.
doing?
A very unique place,
Yeah.
and but then when we moved down to Georgia, it was like, the Black Mecca. Like
Yeah.
you saw a total dichotomy um of people, and we loved it, even though, my mother and father, they were very they we were sheltered.
Okay.
So we were in
Mhm.
a little small kind of like little bubble amongst our community. But
Mhm.
I love moving to Georgia because you still were reminded of the beautiful trees that Connecticut brought,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and that whole atmosphere still maintained itself when we moved here in the 80s. So I love both experiences.
Okay. Okay. So with that, the reason why I was even, touching on the origins, because everyone wants to learn about like where someone grew up, how
True.
that influenced them.
Right.
But you guys also chose some life decisions in terms of diet, right? So one of the big
Yes.
things that we talked about before, that you guys are pescatarian. So
Hmm.
one of the things is, can you explain to the audience what is a pescatarian? What are the limitations or pros and cons of being a pescatarian? And then how did you guys actually choose that lifestyle?
Okay, so
Mhm.
what actually made us take that route within the last 10 years, we traveled outside of the United States
Okay.
and we were able to visit Burkina Faso
Hmm.
and Senegal.
There you go.
And
Mhm.
when we were there, we were embraced by the culture of living on the sea.
Okay.
And so how they eat is very communally.
Right.
Mm.
Everyone like sits at the table together. They share, big, huge plates,
Big, huge plates.
and it's not like everyone is sitting around eating from
Like,
their own separate
And
plate.
you eat with your hands.
You
yeah,
eat
yeah,
with your
yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
no,
hands.
your
forks
fingers.
or knives and all that other stuff.
No, no.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we had a lot of people while we were there prepare the foods for us.
Okay.
Everything was just fresh and organic. We didn't know anything about any GMO foods.
True. True.
You could buy everything fresh from the marketplace, like
Hmm.
all of the men and women that were there in, like in the marketplace would just sell their goods,
Mm.
whether it was watermelon, coconut,
Hmm.
mangoes. So the fresh fish that we ate a lot was red
Yeah, I
snapper.
heard of red snapper. Like, I mean, a
Oh,
lot of people they love red snapper, even in the States. That particular fish is a big popular one. I have a couple friends that are from Senegal, and that's what they used to make. They used to bring in
Mhm.
food and give me some. I'm like, what is this?
So
yes.
wow.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they taught me
Awesome.
some language. They taught me a little bit of the language, some
Yes.
culture. I mean, they were from Senegal, but they were big because uh, I had a kind of understanding. I loved like learning different things about different cultures
Right.
because it's
mhm,
Right.
like understanding different people's perspectives gives you a broader idea of how or why someone would do certain things.
True.
mhm,
So
True.
that's a big deal. Yeah.
mhm. So when we came back to the States,
Hmm.
um, we did Johannes found out that he was an he did his blood type testing.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so he found out that primarily, one of the greatest things about, having the lifestyle that we have is we focus on the highest optimal level of living. And so having an O, blood type is that you are a meat eater. You primarily you would eat meat, but
Mm.
one thing about it is also you're a universal donor.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
we found that by him changing to a pescatarian, we primarily will eat fish
Hmm.
maybe twice a week,
Okay.
something like that.
Maybe
For the
sometime.
for the most part, we are plant-based. We eat
Okay.
every type of fruit and vegetable, but it does have to be organic, or if it's
Okay.
not organic, then it needs to be regenerative,
You guys have like
which
a garden or anything?
so we
Work.
we don't have a garden ourselves, but we support a lot of the farmers that are here.
Okay.
Like most of our best friends are farmers.
Yeah.
And our sister Jennifer, we actually just opened up a garden at her house. So she's growing a lot of stuff
Go
at
down there
her
and snatch some
house.
stuff.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
because she
definitely,
has
now see, you
about.
said that, I'm gonna definitely get some stuff I go down there.
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay.
So what I tell people is that you want to make sure that even if you are going to the grocery store or you go to the farmer's market, you
Mhm.
just want to make sure that you're getting things that are in season as well.
Like for freshness
Because
wise, you mean? Like quality or
no, so like if it's like if this is strawberry season,
okay.
summertime, cherries, watermelons, you want to eat foods that are um grown this time of the year because you're getting it at its optimal peak of nutritional
Got it.
value.
Yeah, I got it.
You're
Mm.
not always going to be able to do that because in America, we're exposed to every type of culture.
Yeah.
So you may get stuff that's grown out of season or grown within another part of the world
World,
and it's
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
you just have it at the grocery store.
Hmm.
But for us, we're working our way towards living more about living for the season.
Okay.
And it helps your body to, and also locally. So as much as what is grown in Georgia, we'll do that, or with
Hmm.
what's in the southeast region, we'll support farmers that are growing things that are in our region,
Okay.
and that helps your body to adjust to preventing allergens,
Hmm.
making sure that you're not polluting your body
Yeah. Yeah.
at the way that what you're being exposed to, because your body is being accustomed to the organisms, the soil that you can use for the nutritional value.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's better for you to do things closer to where you're growing up and where you're normally raised in, so
Okay.
that the microbes and the microorganisms that are getting into your gut can help to flourish within you.
Do you feel
Um,
like if you travel a lot, does your body ever get to the point where um you get you because I understand what you're talking
Mhm.
about microbiome and
right.
the idea of like your system getting used to the like any like that works with any diet. Like if you've heard different like the keto diet, the
Mhm.
Mediterranean, like these are different diets that basically make your digestive system accustomed to a certain type of food. So like if you just eat meat, doesn't matter about where the meat comes from, but your body's just getting used to just eating meat. It's not getting used to any starches, no sugars, no
True.
vegetables. So like the idea is like if you can get your body to get used to that, it takes some time to wean off of whatever you were on, and then after you get used to that, it's going to take some time for you to wean off of that. So like the human body is very like it's self-sustaining
True.
outside of
True.
more than like we make it. We think that we need all this other stuff, but ideally, like I have a couple of my friends, my one of my friends, Steve Orozco, he's really big on fasting. So like
Mm.
he only eats one meal a day. And like
Right.
one of his good friends, Michael O'Hearn, he's like a bodybuilder. I don't know if you know him, but like he's very, very well known in the bodybuilding market and bodybuilding industry. He's all over the world and things like that. But he eats like 8 times a day, and
Mhm.
he eats like only proteins. Very, very keen on like muscle definition, bone density, and they have two different lifestyles, but the human body can do both, and it's optimizing both different things because you're training it to do that. You know what I mean? So it's kind
True.
of like it never really says like it's a good or bad thing. It just depends on what you want your body to do. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? What you want your body to do. There's a difference between putting poison in your body. Like if you're an alcoholic, you're drinking,
True.
literally putting poison in your body every day. But if you're,
Mhm.
the reality is that um, people that have drunk and smoke sometimes live a better or more quality life than people that don't. And it's
Mhm.
weird because it's the body's way of coping whatever you're putting in it. So it's just interesting to hear from your perspective. That's your decision for how you're eating And it's there's nothing I don't I see that's a great thing. I love like fruits and vegetables. I'm trying to wean off all that like the fast food stuff, the pizzas and
True, true.
hamburgers, things like that that like they're processed, but you have to take your body through that. And it's a beautiful thing that you guys are doing it and you guys do it together. It
Yeah.
would be hard if like Ebony was like, "Oh, Johannes, I want that cheeseburger." You're like, "Nah."
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, some couples do it. I don't know.
Mhm.
They do.
I don't know how they do,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, it to what everyone flows with.
Hmm.
Just Johannes
Mhm.
and I, we decided that we would come together when we did come together, and we, decided to um create a method of how we were um, giving ourselves nourishment.
Mhm.
It was also a thing of respecting the earth as well.
Yep.
That's why it took us so long to decide whether or not we were going to become pescatarian or choose to eat some form of protein.
And like when you say pescatarian, because not every like some people they know it, they've heard of it, or what does it actually like mean if you say you're a pescatarian? Like, what does it actually mean?
So a pescatarian, well, I'm going to give my definition because some people are different.
Yeah.
For us, pescatarian is that we don't consume any form of scavengers. We
Okay.
eat freshwater fish.
Okay.
So that, is like salmon or whiting or
Hmm.
cod, trout,
Hmm.
bass, but we don't do
Like tilapia,
no
swordfish,
tilapia. We don't do swordfish,
mm.
tuna. We don't do any type of like
No
lobster or
shrimp or lobster,
crab or
crab, none of
Yeah.
yeah,
that.
because those
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
scavengers,
The bottom dwellers. People don't
You're like,
understand that. They don't understand it. They're like, oh yeah, it's good in protein, but like if you think about the ocean, they're on the bottom.
mm-hmm.
True,
They wait
true.
for stuff to come down.
Catfish and yeah,
Right.
You
Yeah,
don't want. I mean,
catfish. Yep.
you're putting yourself at risk of causing more. I mean, because we're gonna always deal with some type of um worms,
Hmm.
just
When you're eating
because
anything, yeah.
you're eating
Yeah.
True,
anything.
true.
You can have a worm and found in an apple.
Hmm.
So it's not necessarily that you don't experience it, but
Hmm.
you're less likely to be affected negatively
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you're consuming like the freshwater fish,
Yeah. Yeah.
um and you're getting more of the omegas,
Hmm.
so we're thinking about heart health, we're thinking about brain
Yep.
activity, stimulating that as well.
Yep.
So um that's how we define pescatarian. We don't consume any form of eggs
Okay.
or cheese. We
Yep.
don't do dairy,
Dairy.
nothing like that, because that's more mucus forming.
Uh.
You're eating the little chicken fetus,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not knocking anybody because I am a health coach. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I teach people that you consume things based on what your body, we're all bio individuals. So
Yeah.
you have to listen to what your body's needs are.
Yeah.
And like how you said, you have two different friends that live,
Hmm.
we eat one meal a day,
Okay.
and also depending on the time of the year,
Mm.
sometimes we'll eat lighter than others. Like during the summertime, during the spring and summertime, you want to eat more of your hydrating foods because you're out in the sun. So
Yep.
you want to get like your
Water
watermelon and
zone. Yep.
your cucumbers and your foods that are
Hmm.
more hydrating versus during the fall and winter season, especially when you're in a colder environment, you
Environment.
want
Yep.
to eat the heavier foods that are going to stick
Hmm.
to your bones. And
Hmm.
I don't know if you wanted to share anything,
No, you good.
more.
You flow.
Okay. um
You the doctor
Let
for
her
real.
cook.
Eb's the doctor. Mm-hmm.
There we
Yeah.
go.
yeah,
Mhm.
so that's just our definition of what a
Hmm.
pescatarian is.
Okay. Okay. I mean, like I said, I think a lot of the times when you have these, we create these titles, right? And
True,
sometimes
true.
this is my opinion. I think it works across the board. We were even talking a little bit about politics. offline. I think when you create these titles sometimes and you don't give understanding to others, it kind of isolates versus like opening it up. Like for instance,
True.
someone that eats meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, I can't be a pescatarian because I like eggs or I like beef or whatever,"
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It would behoove them not to understand what a pescatarian is because they could say, well, instead of you going full fledged and giving yourself a title of this, you could open up your diet to more of this versus and
Mm-hmm.
less of that. So
Mm-hmm.
they become more well-rounded. It's just like when we were talking about the languages. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't talk to someone, you can't communicate with someone, it makes everything more difficult. But once you learn a
Mm-hmm.
couple of words and they're like, oh, you
Right.
understand a little bit, now
Yeah.
everything it makes it easier. So that's the
Yes.
same
Mm-hmm.
way I look at like anything that you deal with, food, diet, health, lifestyle, relationships, anything that kind of gives a perspective on it. I like to have an open mind before it's like it isolates. I don't like to isolate. I like to like open up to be understanding to everything. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
pescatarian is cool because like I said, I thought for many years you guys were vegan, and I was like, well, I tried vegan, and it lasted about a month, and it wasn't so much about my decision. It was very
Mm-hmm.
hard for the kids because kids
Mm-hmm.
don't like they were good in the beginning. Me and Tosh, we were fine because we found certain meals that matched our diet, like what we
Right.
like.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like we had like pasta, which was fine. We didn't eat a whole bunch of meat or anything like that. But they made like some supplement stuff that was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for one thing, I noticed that was a big deal was inflammation was gone. I have like joints from football and injuries and things.
Right.
Didn't feel
Right.
anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Started losing weight. Started having more of a clear mind, and those are the benefits of me eating like that. So that's a
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
logical, trackable, tangible thing that I could say that is a good thing from being vegan. Now I don't know because I didn't last that long to say, oh, what are the cons? There's always a
Mm-hmm.
pro and a con to it, right?
Right.
So that's the reason why I said it's a beautiful thing that you guys have chosen to do that. And I have family that live like that. So if something comes up, I'm like, what do you think about this? It gives me
True.
an
True.
understanding, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Now,
what,
one
yeah.
one caveat I can say is the reason why I don't tell people that I'm vegan is
Mhm.
because a vegan lifestyle is very, very strict.
Strict, very strict. Yeah.
I tell people more so if you're going to focus on just eating fruits and vegetables,
Hmm.
call yourself more of a plant-based eater or
Hmm.
a nutritarian
Hmm.
or um or a vegetarian that just
Hmm.
consumes fruits and vegetables because a vegan doesn't believe in using any form or being even exposed to any form of animal
Animal, anything.
True.
Yeah,
True.
nothing.
resin.
True.
I
And you
mean,
have to
they
like
don't
look
even
at all the
consume.
ingredients of stuff too when we were doing it. It was like you would be surprised on how many ingredients have like
Mhm.
eggs in them or milk
True.
in them or like
True.
that was one of the key things. I was like, all this stuff has all this stuff in here. I'm like, yeah, you
Oh
can't eat that, you
yeah.
can't eat this, you can't eat that. And then you start to notice why your body is saying, okay, you're not getting any of this. That's why it's changing. And that's why I
Hmm.
said I go back to that whole concept of like my friend Steve and then Mike is that both of them eat very clean. They don't eat like cheeseburgers and stuff like that, but they eat.
Hmm.
But one of them eats 8 times with high protein, very, very clean, but a lot of protein. And then one eats one meal that's like everything all together. So it's kind
Right.
of like it's interesting how the body works, and it's interesting how we create these different temperaments to give the body nourishment. And that's why I said it's cool. I've heard of pescatarian,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know the details of it. And I think there's like levels of it, different
True.
types of pescatarians, or some people eat more or less of things. So that was
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
True.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
So
I still
going,
say
yeah,
read your labels regardless.
yeah,
Don't
especially in
stop doing
America,
that.
yeah, especially in America.
True.
Hmm.
So even going into that, you guys do have a business, right?
Hmm.
That talks about that. We did talk about it offline. There's what is your business and why did you choose to go into like the health business as entrepreneurs?
Mm.
It's a good question.
Hmm.
Um, You
Go
want to
ahead.
speak on your history behind when you were 16?
Um, you got me. What?
Okay, so
I
I
know,
could
right?
say Johannes, when he,
Ah, I
he
got you.
went
Got you.
into, because Johannes is a little bit older than I am.
Okay.
And so around the time that he was exposed to the holistic lifestyle, Dick Gregory was
Wow.
really, really
Very
big
strong.
in, promoting his bohemian diet.
Hmm.
Um, and he wrote a book called Mother Nature.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, Mother Nature, a diet for small planet, something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's one of his health books.
hmm
Mm.
And he also read Back to Eden.
Yeah, Jeffro Claus.
Mm.
And both of those books are phenomenal. I tell
Yes,
people
very
those
true.
are very phenomenal books to have in your arsenal,
Yes.
along with some of the modern day books that,
Mhm.
people have written, in today's time.
True.
On the same type of
Um,
topics, right?
Right.
about the same
Yes.
type of
Yeah.
topics. And one thing is that talking about helping to expel mucus out of the body,
Yes.
and like how you were addressing the inflammation issue,
Hmm.
Hmm.
most health issues are related to the body being exposed to excessive
Mucus.
mucus
Yes.
Hmm.
and it causing inflammation in the body.
Yep.
And so, what we decided that we wanted to do was we have both individually, I've had a health business starting from making very clean hair and skincare products. I was formulating a lot of stuff close to 30 years ago. And Johannes, he has a sound worship business. He's a percussionist. He's what we would consider a multi-dimensional musician. He's self-taught, but he's also classically trained percussionist.
Nice.
So we decided to combine our efforts in creating flourishing frequencies, as a temperance ministry to reach people, from an ecological standpoint, from an
Mhm.
ethnobotanical preservation standpoint,
Mhm.
from a health awareness standpoint, as well as understanding how sound can help to heal you mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big deal. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, I mean, think about it, even from not even understanding, because obviously if you're a musician, but you can go in even more like sonically in
Right.
terms of like how the sound waves actually affect the body, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but everyone, for the most part, likes music.
Right. True.
They like
True.
some form of music.
I hope
I
so.
mean, like certain, it may not be the music that you like, but it's like
Right. Right.
that particular music brings the same type of feeling. I have friends that like rap,
Right.
R&B, neo soul,
True.
rock,
Hmm.
heavy metal,
Hmm.
jazz. I
Yeah.
mean, it goes on and on. So like the
Hmm.
reality is that those music in general does something to the body.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yes.
body
Very
reacts
much
to
so.
certain types of music differently. Like I
Hmm.
remember when I played football, right before the game, they would put on like rock music. Our theme music was Welcome to the Jungle. So like my mind would be like,
True.
I'm
True.
getting like charged up. The same way I
Hmm.
wouldn't put on a jazz
Right.
album if I'm getting ready to go into combat. Like it's not gonna happen. It's like your
Right.
brain functions at a different way. So
True. True.
a unique take on it. And
Yeah. You broke the
how
equation
does that
down.
how do you see that, and how did you get into you know focusing on music that way to help others?
Um, I just think, like you said, the same way with jazz, I was able to be around a lot of the originators of jazz, especially
Mm,
the drummers. One of my first teachers was Walter Perkins, and
okay.
he was out of Detroit, and they had a group with Frank Strozier and a couple other people that now, they're not here, but they had such solid music, and the sound that they had was incredible.
Mm,
It helped to really shape bebop and
yep. Yep.
what we call jazz now
Jazz.
to
Yep.
this day.
Hmm.
And it's just beautiful when you're young. My moms and dad, were proponents of jazz and jazz saxophonists. And I was always in the mix of that.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was telling me when I was getting ready to go outside to play, he was like, hold on, sit down, check this music out. I was like, come on, Dad, man, I'm gonna go outside. He's like, no, just check this out, check this
Yeah.
out. So when I started listening to certain saxophone players,
Mm.
I was like, wow, this is really deep. You know, it kind of like calmed me,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
peace. And as time went on, I started asking him, could I play this? Or, you know,
Mm.
then I got into Duke Ellington, and that was it.
That
Yeah, it was like, you know,
was.
his band was so unique
Mm.
and with so many different players, but he knew each one, each specific one, which they could do, you know, the best
Yeah.
flow, and he used them, and that's why he was so awesome,
Mm.
you know. And it's like I learned through that about sound, and then being in ministry, I was blessed. The reason how I came to ministry, I had an out of body experience where I was taken up into heaven,
Okay. Let's,
and I
you
seen
gotta speak on this.
and I seen Jesus for real.
Okay.
And he spoke to me some things that still to this day is profound. You know, he said, you know what you did and you know what you have to do. And that's basically what we're doing right now. We're sharing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And sound, I heard specific sounds in heaven while I was up there. And when
Okay.
I came back down, we were blessed to have a piano in our house. And one day after that experience, it was like I sat down at the piano and I just started playing. And I always wanted to do worship because
Okay.
that's like that solemn, sacred, you know.
Yep. Yep.
It's
Yep.
not a lot of noise. It's just real peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me it was like the spirit said, just sit down. And as I sat down at the piano, I kid you not, I've had some very serious spiritual experience where two angels came down. One sat on the right side of me, one
Mm.
sat on the left.
Mm.
And they were playing, and as they were playing the notes, their fingers were hitting the notes and was showing me what to do.
Do. Yeah.
And that's how
Yeah.
I came up with the understanding of what true worship was.
Mm.
And to this day, that's what really birthed me into sound therapy. And I coined it sound worship because I believe we should really honor the Most High first instead of the healing modalities
Yeah.
and really give him precedence. And then we can flow in all other healing modalities. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, and that's
And that,
true. That's true.
yes,
That's a big concept, but the same thing goes because it's all based on someone's belief system, right?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
There's so much that a human mind can do if you believe it. You know what
true.
I mean? I mean, good and bad. You know, that's just the
Yes,
way it
yes.
works. But the reality is that there's so much out there. There's so many
Hmm.
things to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
You can't close yourself off on certain
true,
things. Like when
true.
you're speaking about outer body experiences.
Yes.
For everyone that's never experienced that, they can
Hmm.
be like, "Oh, okay, this is something I saw on TV," or I
Hmm.
don't believe in that." For
Right, right.
someone like you
Hmm.
that you know that something
Yes.
happened, like this is
Hmm.
what it is.
Yes.
There is undeniable fact for you.
And then what was so powerful, Harold, was
Hmm.
I'm an ex-gangbanger.
Okay.
I was in the Outlaws in
Hmm.
Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I knew I wasn't drunk when that happened. I knew I wasn't high. So
Hmm.
that pushed everything out the way, you know, to see the real reality, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it was a pastor when he laid his hands on me, it's something I'll never forget. You know how we see people, they say go down under the power.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So I was
Hmm.
rough. So nobody was gonna push me down, you know, just to be pushing me
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Yeah. There was
But
no
when he
reason.
laid
There's no reason for
exactly,
it. Yeah.
but
Yep.
when he laid hands on my head,
That was
this
it.
power went through me, and it was like when I fell back, I didn't fall back hard. It was like a pillow was sat under me. And
Hmm.
then all of a sudden, as I looked to the far right, I seen these angels.
Mm.
And by the time I knew it, they grabbed me by my hands and took me. I went out of the ceiling. I witnessed all of that. And I remember it to this day, just like yesterday.
Mm.
You know, and I know it's a lot of in-depthness that I can really bring out about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And it was just powerful, powerful experience. And that's how I was able to really, like I said, coin the sound worship, you know, because of being
Hmm.
around the jazz greats. I tapped, I did ballet, So I was a real artist. I experienced a lot of things when it comes to music and arts.
I mean, don't do you ever feel like, because obviously I'm an artist as well.
Mhm.
Artists, we see the world and we see everything differently than
Mm-hmm.
most
Yes.
people.
Yes.
So when you're speaking of things, it's coming to me like, oh, I can totally understand that.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can, I've never experienced that, but there are things that I've experienced that I've told other people, and they're like, I don't believe that. I don't. I'm like, there's no way I don't believe. I saw it, I felt it, I know it
Hmm.
exists.
Hmm. Yes.
So I think the passion behind um, the ideologies that you guys are following are
Hmm.
great, and they're also things that people would be interested in learning, right?
Yes.
Going into you have your business, you have your
Mhm.
upbringing, you have your union because you guys, you're married, your relationship,
Mhm.
all that stuff is encompassing.
Yes.
What is your newest project? Because I know that we talked offline and we
Hmm.
wanted to talk about the business, but how did that come into play? And then where are you guys going with that?
Hmm.
So, what we're working on now is actually starting to create various workshops where we want to be able to show people how to be self-sustaining.
There you go.
And that's one thing, for making products as many years as I did,
Hmm.
you get to the habit of where you're like, you're doing things from a standpoint of helping to cater to vanity,
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yep.
and just fuel consumerism,
Hmm.
because that's the way of the world. That's,
I mean, that's
capitalism
a
is what it
huge,
is.
it's a huge business, right?
Yeah,
Hair, nails,
Yes.
clothes, apparel, anything, right? To make us
hmm
feel better about ourselves.
True.
So
True.
yeah,
hmm
that's a
hmm
huge industry. Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know, but now I'm at a place where I want to be able to share with individuals, get back into tapping into who you are and tapping back into the creative side of yourself. So, say for instance, when I was growing up, we used to have in school home economics,
Yep.
True.
Me too.
Yes.
and you
I
learn
don't know
how.
why they got rid of that, but yeah. Yep.
We
True.
know why they
Crazy.
got rid of
Yeah. Yeah.
it,
We know.
'cause so
Crazy.
we so what we're doing now is we're starting to formulate, various classes where people can learn how to make their own household products,
Let's go.
where people are able to create their own preserving floral bouquets,
Okay.
getting into aromatherapy. And in the midst of all of that, they're also listening to soothing music.
Mm.
And we also have various interpretive dancers that, like, we have meditative spaces where we have interpretive dancers that will put you in a space of um, being able to tap into your childlike state,
True.
Okay.
childlike mind state, so
Hmm.
that you can stimulate the creativity within yourself.
That's
So
dope.
you may
Dope.
just want to go and get on a canvas and start drawing what
Hmm.
you're experiencing, what you're feeling. We do a lot of this out in nature, or we find as much of a naturalistic environment, whether it be like, say, a greenhouse or solarium,
Okay.
or if we go into the garden and you're doing foraging,
Uh-huh.
and then whatever you find out in nature, we come back in and we'll use a mortar and pestle and create our
Hmm.
own like extracts and things of that nature, so that you're coming away from these various workshops and events, like saying, I created something myself that I can use practically in my life.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
And
that's a great thing because a lot of people, like you said, those classes aren't taught, right? So the next
Mhm.
generation, they don't know how to do certain things that you
True.
would think
True.
like just for you to survive, you need to know how to like cook something that you can eat or
Mhm.
put something
Hmm.
together or sew,
True.
like
True.
something gets ripped and you can sew
True.
your thing. Like
Hmm.
so like we talk, we know why, but at the same time, it's like those are like critical skills. That's
Mhm.
Hmm.
kudos to y'all because that's dope because that's a great not only a business idea, but it's also a utilization and benefit to like people in general, just a
Yeah.
benefit just for them to know about it. Because
Hmm.
there's a generation of people that don't even know what we're talking about. They're just like,
True.
Yeah.
oh,
True.
Mac, what are you talking about?
Right. You're
Exactly.
right.
I mean, there's
Right.
always going to be
Making
work.
pancakes. What?
Yeah, there are always going to be worker bees. There are always going to be individuals that want to support others that make
Hmm.
things, and I'm not knocking that. I
Yeah.
love that. I
Yeah.
just feel that the more sustainable you can be, if for some reason the lights go out, the grid goes down, or whatever, you'll know you'll have those things to
Yeah.
be able to tap into, wherever you are in the world, and be able to say, look, I'm able to purify my water. I'm
Water. Yeah.
able to um, you
Start a fire.
know, start a
True.
fire,
Simple as that. You got some
True.
fire. You out in the woods and you got some
True.
fire. That's
Hmm.
gonna protect you a lot, and you're not gonna notice
Yes.
that until
Hmm.
the sun goes down.
True. True.
Mm-hmm,
Sun
So
go
mm-hmm.
right.
down, and you don't got no
So right.
fire. You're gonna change your life.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Exactly. So that's kind of like where we're pivoting, with the projects that we're doing now.
okay, okay,
Hmm.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I have my last professional question. You guys have done a lot in your lifetime. You guys have a lot of knowledge. You guys look great together.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Obviously, the idea of longevity, all everything kind of is all together. Where do you guys see yourselves in the next like 5 years?
Mm. Um, I'm not sure if we're going to be in the United States. We
Okay.
do a lot of, like,
Yeah.
before COVID, we did a lot of traveling
Hmm.
Hmm.
overseas because
Hmm.
we love tapping into other cultures, seeing how other people live,
Live, yeah.
and being around individuals that we aren't exposed to here.
Hmm.
So we definitely see ourselves traveling, but
Okay.
we also want to be able to take our message and our mission on the road.
Okay.
So what we have is called a mobile well-beingness unit. That's what we're calling it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like we're going to be taking, like you may get juices from us one day. We may be stopping, in a city near you, and we're
Okay.
offering, various foods that we've made,
Mhm.
various, Johannes loves teaching people how to play the drum,
There you
and
go. There you go.
you may be invited to a concert or an event that we're hosting, so it's
So,
something that we're going to, invest in, like a nice RV,
okay.
and
Hmm.
take our message and our mission out on the road, so wherever you find us, we'll be able to be, approachable and reachable, and questions that people may have
Mhm.
about, the lifestyle that we're living and how they can tap into it. We want to be able to, teach people and share our wisdom with them.
Okay. Awesome. Well, like I said, um I love the ideas and I love the positivity that you guys
Hmm.
always project because like I've known you guys for many years. I've obviously known Ebony since I was born. Um, but I think the reality of just people being positive, it doesn't
Yes.
mean that you have to have the same
Hmm.
religion, the same
Right.
ideologies, but just people
True.
being positive in general right now
Yes.
is what the
Yes.
world really needs.
Very important.
Mhm.
I'm
Yes.
very big. I mean, call me
Hmm.
old school or call me, whatever. But I really feel like if we were able to not, you don't have to agree, but have an understanding that
Yes.
what we're doing as a whole, as people in general, as a
Hmm.
whole,
Mhm,
we're all
mhm,
trying to figure it out and we're all trying to get the best out of life. I
True.
think we would be fine. But we can't
Hmm.
get to that point unless you have people like you
Wow.
that are looking for giving information instead of
Hmm.
getting something in return. I
mhm.
True.
think it's not, there's a balance because it's just life. People need to
Hmm.
pay the bills and things like that. But I
Right.
heard a quote today that was really, really crazy. And it was, It made a lot of sense. I think it was Bill. It was I think his first name is Bill, but he's a comedian. He was
Hmm.
literally saying that, there are billionaires in the world, right? But how can you be a billionaire if some of your workers don't have dental insurance?
Mm.
Like, you could have just been a $900 million CEO, and that
Right.
$100 million that you could have made you a billionaire. You could have given all of your employees, every employee that works for you,
Hmm.
you know, dental insurance for free. They don't have to pay for it.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
just the idea that how far do we go as a human in
Mm.
our type of system where being a billionaire is not only not attainable because it's not something that's wrong about being a billionaire, but how much can you help and then how much are you actually getting?
Mm.
From humanity. Like, how much are
True.
you actually getting? Like, Elon Musk is like the first trillionaire, right? Like, he's the
Mm.
first trillionaire. He actually has that, like, that type of money. But how much has he done for humanity?
True. True.
I mean, who knows? I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm not going to bash him or anything like that. But the reality
Hmm.
is that his name is associated with money, knowledge, and power. So
Hmm.
you would hope that his ideologies and what he's trying to do is trying to help people. And that's why I love when I hear stories like, with people like you, because you're just looking to help people. And
Yes.
just that alone is
Hmm.
something that we don't have. So kudos to you guys.
Oh, thank you,
It's a
King.
blessing and an honor to have you on the show.
Oh,
Um,
thank
Thank
you.
you. We are so grateful.
Yes,
And
yes, King.
one thing I can say is that we live by the philosophy of who really cares. Like
mhm.
Yes.
Marvin Gaye, he said it
Point.
best,
Yeah, yeah,
who really cares for the
Children.
children.
yeah.
And that's what we have to think about is the
Yes.
children that come after us,
Mhm.
the generations that,
Generations, like multiple
that
generations.
Yes.
You
yes, we
know?
have to think
True.
about them and how our worlds, when we are gone, when we're ancestors, when
Mm-hmm.
we're, the guiding forces
Hmm.
in the by and by,
Yep.
that their worlds are still standing strong. And that's something that, we want to be able to share with individuals that we have that ability to be able to just plant certain seeds
Yeah.
and just nourish them so that they can grow into, plentifulness and
Mm-hmm.
abundance
Mm-hmm.
beyond, our time here on this earth.
Yeah, it's always the perspective. I love hearing different people's perspectives. And like I said, I don't bash anybody because as much as I would have an interview with you guys and learn about your way, having an interview with Elon Musk and having him give me his perspective on why he does what he does, or
Mm-hmm.
anyone along those lines,
Hmm.
be interesting because it gives you the reason, it gives you the why.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole goal of like having even my platform in general is to understand the whys of people and then have the ability to maybe interlock or
Yes.
collab.
Yes. Connect.
No, because
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
like I said, it's like I may not be a pescatarian, but
Hmm.
what type of fish is good for your body? What type of
Right.
fish is bad? I didn't
True.
know about shrimp. Like these are things that some people are like, what? Like
Hmm.
I didn't think about that. I didn't know. Just
Right.
that one
Connecting the
thought.
dots, baby.
You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Yeah. I don't know if I'm a big movie person, but I don't know if you've seen Inception. But the
Oh
idea is
yeah.
just plant that one thought, and it makes another thought, it makes another thought, and over
True.
time,
True.
it changes the person. It changes them
Mm-hmm.
indefinitely. So that's
And
the reason why I say that. Like, I love the fact that you guys have that perspective, you have the knowledge, so that you're a resource for other people. Because if someone sees it and they're like, "Oh, I didn't think about this," or maybe I was
Hmm.
thinking about being like that, and I want to go overseas and learn about different. It just changes
True.
them. It
True.
changes the person for the
yeah.
better, hopefully. For the-
Hopefully,
yeah.
Yes.
and Elon Musk, he may want to consider
Mm.
researching Mansa Musa because
Mm.
Mansa Musa in his time was a multi-trillionaire
Mm-hmm. Yep,
and
yep, yep.
he
They're making a
gave
movie about
back.
him.
Yeah.
That's
They're making
right.
a
They
movie.
working on
Michael
it.
B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler are making a movie about him.
They're
Right.
working on it.
Got to get it
So
done.
he gave back to the community like his
Mhm.
money stretched long and wide
Yeah.
and he chose to still help a lot of his people.
And that's what I'm saying. I can't. I don't always. I'm not going to sit here and knock anybody because what Elon Musk is doing is he's in his lane,
Hmm.
trying to advance humanity in his way,
True.
right?
Right.
True.
It's just the idea of like it would be nice to understand that perspective, like really understand it, not just learn about it from like the news. Like if you
That's
get it
true.
from the man, you understand it's coming from him.
That's true.
Versus like the news is saying that Elon thinks this way. The news is saying that Elon makes this amount of money. He's spending it here. He has this, he does that, blah, blah, blah. But like if you got it from him, I would know his perspective,
True.
like
Hmm.
True.
why he does what he does. And anyone
Mm-hmm.
along those lines. So it's very, like I said, it's very interesting because the goal, or hopefully the goal, is that we're all trying to help each other. We're all trying to
Yeah.
help in some way.
Yes. Connect the
Hmm.
dots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, that's my five professional questions.
Okay.
So now we're going to go into the stage of the interview, which are I call them the five shotgun questions. Now, these questions are preference based. You can answer them as quick or as long as you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's something that just gives the audience more into your personal beliefs versus your professional beliefs. Okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They
Hmm.
come from different angles, and you couldn't prep for this, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what happens. Okay,
Got
all
it.
Okay.
right, you ready? Okay. First question. I'm a huge comic book fan. I was telling Johannes, Batman is
Yeah.
my favorite. I'm literally watching Batman's Begins over here on my
Right.
monitor. Um, are you a Marvel fan or a DC fan? And both of you can answer it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Or which is
I'm a
better, Marvel
Marvel.
or DC?
Hmm. It's funny because I was watching on Spider-Man last night. Mm-hmm. And all of them was together. So,
Mm.
hmm. That's a good
My
question.
son loves Spider-Man too.
True. Yes.
That's his. That's
Yes.
his.
Ouch.
That I mean, Spider-Man is his favorite character, and my favorite character is Batman. So we always go back
True.
and forth, and they're two different universes. So
Right. Right. Right.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Marvel.
Marvel.
I love the Marvel characters
Hmm.
as far as especially, when you get into, just the super humanness of them,
Okay. Okay.
and was Blade, he was a Marvel
Yeah,
character.
Blade's Marvel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Blade.
So
Blade. Wesley Snipes started it all. For most people that don't know,
True. True.
yeah.
Tell the truth, King.
The universe started, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
If it
a
wasn't
lot
for
of people don't
him,
get credit
Woo.
for it, but Stan Lee
yes.
himself said
True.
Wesley Snipes was the man. His
Mm.
movie Blade saved Marvel. They were going bankrupt.
He
They
sure
were gonna
Mm.
start
did.
Yes.
selling
It's
off
true.
stuff, and that
True.
movie started everything.
True.
That's right.
Kudos
Right.
to Wesley because he got it
Yes,
done.
Kudos
King.
to him.
He got
So
it
Yes.
done.
just
You're
on
right.
that, I'm like, okay, I'm a Marvel fan.
Not a bad reason to be one. I give you that. I give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Johannes, where you at? Marvel or DC?
I'm going with Marvel too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Mm-hmm.
like I said. It's not. You can't lose with either one. It's just kind
That's
of
true.
like
That's true.
It's
That's
kind of like
true.
which you cater to. Some people they started with certain things, like a football team. You know,
True.
oh my
True.
father like this team. I like that team. It's not.
You're right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, music.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Better entertainer, Michael Jackson or Prince?
Oh, come on. You serious?
Well, I know what I'm gonna go
Mm.
with.
Um,
Well, me and Prince share the same
They
birthday.
it's
do.
over. It's all over.
Mm-hmm.
So, I, mm, I can't say, well, entertainment wise,
Mm-hmm.
I would say Prince.
Okay, Prince,
Um,
I would say Michael Jackson.
Michael
You know,
Jackson.
his humanitarian.
well, that I was
That
going to say the
love.
humanitarian side,
Mhm.
but we're talking about
I
entertainment. We're not
know.
talking
Mhm.
about
I'm
humanitarian.
sorry.
I
Mm.
mean, you
But we,
can't put it like this. You cannot lose with either one of the people.
no,
True,
you
true.
Any of the things I'm
cannot.
asking you, it's not
Yes.
going to be like, oh, it's so far fetched. These are debates that I've
Hmm.
had with countless interviews, and I've heard people say one or the other, and
Hmm.
you can't lose with either of them. Yeah,
But
any.
I can say that we did come together on the eve of Michael Jackson's
Ascension.
ascension.
Hmm.
Okay.
So, every year,
That's our
our
anniversary,
anniversary
Oh,
is
25th.
nice.
June
Nice.
25th.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
Y'all both. You got Prince and Michael.
hmm
That's
Okay.
true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
You guys benefit because there's two of you. Usually, I just ask is the one person's like, I don't know.
And not only that, what's so funny, Harold, my mentor is Prince's first cousin,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice, nice. There we go. There we
Louis
go.
Hayes,
Yeah,
one of the greatest drummers in the world, Louis Hayes.
that's
Mm-hmm.
it.
That's my dad, man. No
That's it,
joke,
man.
no
That's
joke.
it.
And he's still living. He's 89,
Get it done.
and he's still playing, Harold.
That's it. That's it.
Yes, yes.
I mean, like the blessings of life is we don't know how long we got, but we try to do
True,
Right.
the best
true.
we got with what we got.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
That's how I
true,
look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Do the
true.
best that you can with the time you get. Like,
For
don't
Right.
just
real.
be
Yes,
messing around. You know?
that's true. That's
And
true.
enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah, yeah,
Hallelujah.
Let laughter be your medicine.
yeah.
That's why comics are, the comic books
Hmm.
Hmm,
and the
hmm.
movies that are made from them are so powerful because you really do get to express or you get to see the expression
Yeah.
of the animated life,
Yep, yep,
you
yep. And
know?
that's a huge part, even down to the chemical compounds of a human being. Your
Hmm.
cortisol level and everything changes when you laugh. So
True.
it's positive. Your body actually works better when you deal with laughter. You have
Yeah,
laughter in
yeah,
it. You know what I mean? Or
yeah.
you smile. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even
Right, right.
your body smiling, it changes your whole physiology. So it's a huge thing. That's a great point.
True,
Mhm.
true.
So one of the other things, another industry with film, I love movies.
Hmm.
Which is a better director, or who? I'm sorry, who is the better
Mm,
director?
Mm.
Spielberg or Cameron?
mm.
Oh, so Cameron, he did Avatar, right?
Avatar, Titanic, yep.
Panic.
Oh my goodness.
Terminator.
Mm.
Oh, Cameron.
And then you got Spielberg, he did E.T., Jaws.
Yeah,
I'm not a Spielberg fan. I mean, no, director wise, he is a phenomenal director,
right.
but I
Both of them.
just
True, true.
I just think Cameron is very progressive
Okay.
with his directorship.
Mm.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
you know, he just tells a story in a different kind of way
Okay.
than what Spielberg. Man, you making it hard.
I told you I can't give you the easy ones. I gave you a couple of
Right.
them.
Mm.
What do you think, babe?
Spielberg.
You gotta
Spielberg.
say it loud.
Spielberg, yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. I mean, like I
Hmm.
said, you can't lose with any of these.
True, true.
All right. Next, another industry.
Hmm.
Who is the GOAT? Jordan or LeBron?
You
Jordan,
know that,
hands
Jordan.
down.
Jordan, you know that.
That's no question.
See, it's up for
Hmm.
debate. I mean, it's up for debate. So,
True.
I mean, the youth would say LeBron. I would
Hmm.
say
my
the
son is
younger
LeBron all day,
generation.
all day.
Mm.
And honestly, even recently, I hadn't even I think even up to this year or last this year.
Hmm.
This year was a year when I was like, I understand now why people think that, why he's even in that category. Like my top three was Jordan, Kobe, then LeBron. Brown was three.
Hmm.
That was just my preference. It's just what it is. And I saw something this year, and I don't even know if it can actually be equated to him per
Hmm.
se,
Hmm. Right.
because it was him and Bronny, like his
Hmm.
son. I'd never seen that, and you probably will never
Hmm.
see it again.
Right.
Okay.
But that one thing, for some reason, maybe it was just a day I was thinking about my son, but it was just the idea like he's actually playing in the same game with his son,
Mm.
and they're both doing well, right? They're playing the same
Hmm.
anything like that, and everyone has their opinion. Oh, he got his son on the team, blah blah blah. But the reality for you to have your son, you play with
Hmm.
your son at that level,
Mm-hmm. Major.
True.
and you're not just a regular, you're not just like a regular player coming off the bench, like you're the best player in the NBA, and your son's playing too. And just to see that, I was like, I mean, that kind of stood out a little bit more where he would be in the category. I'm still a Jordan fan. That's just I think
Right.
Jordan's the best
Right.
player that ever lived. But
Yeah.
that definitely got me like, that hit me like in the chest.
Hmm.
It made LeBron stand out way more to me because I up to that point I'm like, maybe kind of. It's like to play with your son at 40 something years old in NBA, and you're
Mm.
the best player or one at least in the top two or three. At
Yeah.
40 something
Yeah,
years old?
yeah, true, true.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I couldn't talk about that anymore when people say LeBron. I'm like, I mean, okay, I got it, I get it. Okay, I'll leave you alone. All right.
Hmm.
And then my last question, better artist, Lauryn Hill or Erykah Badu?
Hmm.
Got to put the ladies in there.
Yeah, we have to.
Got to put the
Um,
ladies in there.
Lord, yeah.
I would say that Lauren has a more long-standing message that has inspired so many generations of women.
Okay.
Um, I've always been a Badu. I mean, you see, of
Yeah.
course, she inspired me.
They
Um,
used to call her Little Badu
That's
anyway,
why I put
so.
it in there.
yeah, I mean, actually, I was coined Baby Badu by
Mhm.
Jadakiss.
Mm.
So, but I love Erica and I love the old school
Yeah,
Erica.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
The new school Erica, it's questionable to me.
I mean,
So
I
that's
think it's like you said. I think it's kind of like she's trying to. She got to stay relevant. She got to do her job, and then she's got to build off of what she started.
Mhm.
She's got
Mhm,
to adapt. Adaptation is how people survive, or how anything survives. So I think that
mhm.
it's a little different. But yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
I love the old school Erica Badu.
Mhm.
Mhm. But Lauryn Hill, I mean, even though she's recorded only one album, it's still, Johannes was actually blessed to open up for her.
Let's go.
In Miami,
Mm,
one of the artists that he plays drums for, shout out to Rory.
Yes, Rory, love
He
you.
opened up the door for on the 20th anniversary of her album.
let's go.
They opened up for her. So she was on time. She was not late for I give her credit. you
Yep,
know.
yep.
She put on a
Yeah.
show for
What a night.
the people.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And I'm just grateful for the message that she has consistently
True.
kept,
Mhm.
Yeah,
throughout the
yeah,
years.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep, yep. Okay. So that is the conclusion of the interview. Like I said, I thank you guys. I'm honored
Yeah,
to
we
have you on my
thank you.
platform.
Oh, we're so
Um,
Yes.
grateful.
so much insight, and like I said, we're definitely gonna be talking off camera.
Yes.
I definitely want to take a trip to come see you guys.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And we're definitely gonna chop it up. The
Yes.
only thing that I would say for now
Okay.
is if anyone is interested or they want to learn more about you guys or talk to you, how do
Mhm.
they get in touch with you?
Okay. So right now, we're on all of the
Platform.
platforms.
Okay.
You definitely can check out our handle. We're on Linktree.
Mhm.
Okay.
So the link tree is Flourishing Frequencies, and it's
Okay.
not spelled the traditional way. So I guess I have to spell it for you
Yep.
Spell
guys.
it.
Get the plug.
Um, but it's based off of the French
Mhm. Flow.
fleur.
Okay.
So it's
Sure.
FFLEURISHING, and then frequencies is like free,
Free.
the word
Okay.
free,
Mhm.
FREEQI, which is your life
Life
force,
force.
like
Mm.
Qi,
Mm.
Mhm.
NCIES,
Nice.
flourishing
Frequencies.
frequencies.
Nice. There you
Mhm.
go.
Mhm.
That's even a good touch
Oh, to our
from a marketing
ancestors.
standpoint because obviously like that I worked in marketing for many years.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, Creating names that are not spelled the traditional way
Mhm.
isolates you and keep you in a spot where it's
True.
where they're looking for you. They're looking for you. SEO purposes and things like that across the board. So
Mhm. True.
definitely shout out that. So flourishing frequencies.
Yes.
So once again, I only pray for better things, more success, more
Yeah.
love, more laughter for you
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
Um, like I said, this was great. I loved learning about your history, and we chopped it up for almost like 30 minutes even before the
True. True.
interview. And we have a lot more talking. And like I said, it was
Mhm.
great to actually speak to you guys and pick your
Yes.
minds. So I appreciate you being on the platform. I thank you for just the knowledge across the board, And all
Yeah.
I wish and pray for is better
Mm.
days and more success for you guys.
Hallelujah.
Mm.
Yes, and we
Thank you
wish
so
the
much,
same
bro.
for you.
Yes, the
Let
same for
Be
you.
Live
That's
blow
it.
up, y'all.
Yes,
Y'all
yes,
check
You're
out Be
trying. You're
Live, not
trying.
just our episode, but all
right.
of
Yes.
Harry's
Mhm.
episodes because they all are phenomenal.
Thank
Mm.
you.
Each person that he interviews has a message, so definitely
Mhm.
check out all the episodes.
Thank you so
You
much.
know.
Thank you so much.
Love you,
Hmm.
Harold.
So I appreciate you guys, and we
Yes.
will be in touch. Okay.
Yes. Love
Yes.
you,
All right.
Harold.
All right. Love you
Peace
Love
too.
you.
King. You know it, King.
Always. Always. Thank
Peace.
you.
One love.
One
Good
perfect
luck.
love.